What is going on, everyone? It's Super here, and welcome to another Injustice 2 video. And today we're going to be having another little, discussion video and just share my opinions with you guys. And as always, want you guys to share your opinions in the comments section. I like doing these discussion videos. I just uploaded one a couple days ago talking about if ability that you get from gear, if it should be allowed in competitive mode, while still, of course, negating the effects of stat boosting, because I hate the stat boosting, but I love the new abilities that you get from gear, and of course, I love the cosmetic look of the gear system. And you guys seem to really enjoy that. I'll leave a link in the description if you guys missed it. But today we're going to be talking about the entire roster for Injustice 2, my opinions on it, and comparing it to my roster prediction, which you guys will probably get a kick out of that. But before I do that, just want to ask for a quick favor. If you guys can leave a like rating on the video, it really does help grow the channel. We're getting very close to 200,000 subscribers, and it's been awesome like last pretty much 3 months, and it's all thanks to you guys showing that extra support by leaving likes and all that stuff. So let's keep it going. But for today's video, I wanted to give you guys my opinion on the roster for Injustice 2 as we know it. We pretty much know the characters that are going to be in the first, in the initial release of Injustice 2. We know all the characters via the leaks. So I just wanted to give you guys my opinion on this current roster, while also comparing my roster prediction that I uploaded way back on June 18th of 2016. June 18th of 2016, guys. That was only like a couple of weeks to the latest, about a month after Injustice 2 was revealed. And I made this, I was actually the first person on YouTube to make a full character roster prediction. And the video did very well, and I went back to check out how many characters I actually got right. So I'll show you guys the comparison from my roster prediction from way back June 18th of 2016, and how I did compared to the characters that they put into the game. Like, this is not an official roster, but we know the leaked list is real with all those characters, and someone on Reddit was nice enough to put them on a character select screen, next to each other, so it'll be like a perfect comparison. So here we go. I'll show you guys the character select screen type roster that this guy put together. I'll leave the Reddit link in the description, by the way, if you guys want to check it out. So I'll read off all of these characters to you guys, and then I'll show you guys my roster prediction. So we have Poison Ivy, we have Wonder Woman, Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Catwoman, The Flash, Cheetah, Gorilla Grodd, Black Canary, Aquaman, Atrocitus, Firestorm, Batman, Black Adam, Superman, Cyborg, Supergirl, Green Arrow, Blue Beetle, Captain Cold, Swampthing, the Joker, Robin, Damian Wayne Robin, Scarecrow, Bane, Green Lantern, Brainiac, and Dr. Fate. So that is the character roster that we're going to get for Injustice 2 when the game fully comes out. Of course, Darkseid is not in here because he's a pre-order bonus, but Darkseid included with these characters. So now I'll show you guys my roster prediction from way back in June. And the reason they're lined up in 3 rows is because the first row, the first column, is characters that we already knew were going to be in Injustice 2 via different means. So, for example, Captain Cold's gun, Wonder Woman's shield at the time, she hadn't been revealed, Dr. Fate's helmet, Harley Quinn's mallet. These characters were confirmed because there were emblems in the official Injustice shirt. So we've known that these characters were going to be in Injustice 2 way back in the day. And of course, the other characters were there were the first 6 characters shown during E3, and we got to see gameplay from them. The second column is my prediction for returning characters from Injustice 1 to Injustice 2, and the third column is just brand new characters that were not in the first Injustice that I thought were going to make it into Injustice 2. So as you guys see, I have 10 correct. I actually guessed on 10 characters, predicted I should say, 10 characters that I had on my character list that ended up actually coming true and being in the Injustice 2 roster, and then 7 characters that I got wrong. So let's go through the 7 that I got wrong. I predicted Doomsday coming back, Ares for Wonder Woman. I thought that you needed a Wonder Woman bad guy, and I thought Ares was gonna make a return, but they went with Cheetah instead. I predicted Nightwing to make it because I know that Nightwing died and everything, but I thought that Damian Wayne was going to be the Nightwing because that's what he ended up being in the first Injustice game. I didn't know they were going to have Damian Wayne Robin come back. So Static, because I thought he was going to, he is such a requested character. I didn't think that they were going to pass up on another opportunity to have Static, Starfire, and Red Hood. Those were just based off popularity for me, because I was just like, I know people asked for these characters so much during the first Injustice game. How could they pass up the opportunity to have them in another game? So we still don't know if they might be DLC, who knows, but they're not going to be on the main roster. And of course, Martian Manhunter down there, I really thought that he was going to make it again because Martian Manhunter is just one of the strongest characters in the DC universe, and he was highly requested in the first Injustice game. He was really popular, so I thought he was gonna make it back, but I guess he doesn't really fit the story for Injustice. So a lot of the characters that are making the initial roster are characters that fit the Injustice story really well. So all these characters might end up being DLC. Not all these characters, but some of these characters might end up being DLC. But let's check out some of the characters that I actually got right, that a lot of people were saying, oh, you're crazy for having these characters on your list. So I'm pretty sure that not too many people predicted that Green Arrow and Black Canary were going to be in the game. Come on, how many people predicted Green Arrow was going to be in the game? I knew that Green Arrow was going to be in the game. And Black Canary, I have a video even before my roster prediction, predicting Black Canary, because she was teased by the voice actress of Black Canary. She was teased way back in the day, so I knew she was gonna be in it. Darkseid was the main obvious bad guy for me. Deadshot, because of Suicide Squad, so I knew Deadshot was gonna make it over Deathstroke. Blue Beetle, because he's really, really popular, really highly requested. I knew Cyborg was going to come back because he's a part of the Justice League in the new movie, and I'm pretty sure that's a big reason why he's making it. The Joker, because you have to have a game with the Joker in it. Come on, you can't not have the Joker in it. Catwoman, because I did predict, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in my video, that I thought that Swampthing was going to make the initial roster and then Poison Ivy was going to be DLC. So I knew that having Poison Ivy as DLC, they wanted, the Gotham City Sirens. So I predicted Catwoman to be on the main roster and then Poison Ivy to be DLC. I remember specifically calling that in my video. And then Green Lantern, come on, he's obvious. Green Lantern was going to make it. Was there any doubt in anyone's mind that Green Lantern was not going to make it into Injustice 2? So that is how I stacked up. Let me know in the comment section if you guys did a prediction list of characters, how many you got right, how many you got wrong. But I just wanted to compare my list to the official roster. So let me know what you guys think of my list. I know you guys are gonna like it probably more than the regular list, because I have Static on there, I have Starfire, I had Red Hood. I know those are really popular characters that could still be DLC, but in my opinion, I did pretty well for the characters that I predicted. Especially, I'm proud that I predicted Black Canary and Green Arrow to be in the game. I predicted, let's see, who else? Swamp Thing is another character who I predicted was going to be in the game that not too many people had on their roster. A lot more people had Poison Ivy over Swamp Thing on the roster, but I knew that both of them could make it. I just didn't think that both would make it on the main roster, which I'm actually very happy about, because Swamp Thing looks absolutely amazing, and Poison Ivy is just, waifu status in Injustice 2. So yeah, that's my character roster prediction compared to the official roster that we're gonna get. So now I guess I'll talk a little bit about my thoughts on the roster. Do I love it? Do I hate it? Is it somewhere in between there? And it's more of a love than hate, if you know what I mean. I don't absolutely love the roster, because if you like absolutely love the roster, that means that you got every character that you wanted to get, and that didn't happen, of course. But I definitely like the roster a lot more than I dislike it. And for a lot of people who might not like a specific character, you know, there's always a lot of people who like a character that you might not like, and vice versa. So I'll give you guys an example. Like Cyborg, a lot of people, when he was revealed, were very, very, very disappointed, but at the same time there were a bunch of people that were happy and that Cyborg's coming back and that are Cyborg fans. That's just how it works. So I think this roster really mixes well between characters that are insanely popular and characters who are a little bit more unknown, but that have a solid fan base, and they have cool powers, interesting stories, like Dr. Fate, for example, and are going to be cool to play with and are going to be very interesting characters. So I think NetherRealm did a really good job mixing the, you know, high profile big names with the smaller names. And, you know, just for me, for example, it gives me a chance to learn about these other characters that I previously didn't know too much about. So I think the roster that we have is pretty solid. I think it's good. Actually, it's not solid. It's good. I'm going to say it's good. I want to either say it's good or bad, and I'm going to say it's a good roster so far. And of course, we do have 9 DLC characters that are going to be coming. 9 DLC characters means that 9 characters that have nothing to do with the story mode, and they could pick from the litter, unless WB gets involved, which that's another case. But of course, we are going to get guest characters, probably going to get Spawn, probably going to get at least 1 Mortal Kombat character. But, you know, the DC characters that they do pick literally don't have to do anything with the story mode. So we can have characters that, you know, a lot of people say that, you know, Starfire can't make it because she's in the Phantom Zone. You know, she can make it as a DLC character because it doesn't need to matter. It doesn't like apply to the story mode or anything. She's just a character. She's just a DLC character added to this game. You know, so all these characters that I have on my list that I really wanted, like Static and Starfire, Red Hood, Martian Manhunter to come back, these characters do have a chance of making it as DLC because they are not going to have anything to do with the story. But as far as the initial roster, I'm giving it a thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen, because even for characters who I wasn't, you know, too excited about, like Black Canary, hey, turns out Black Canary was my second favorite character to play in the Injustice 2 beta. So I'm definitely going into this roster with a open mind, and I definitely, if you guys don't like the roster, it's fine. Like you guys don't have to like everything. If you don't like the roster, that's 100% fine. But I'm going into it with an open mind. Gorilla Grodd, I was never too informed about him. Same thing with Captain Cold. Blue Beetle, I just knew he looked cool. Let's see, Firestorm is another character, Cheetah, all these characters that I don't know too much about, going into it with an open mind, and as long as they're really fun to play, I'm gonna be happy with it. So that's gonna be the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I mentioned, I got 10 characters correct and 7 wrong, which I don't know if that's a good or bad ratio. I guess it's, since I got more characters right than wrong, it's good. But I called, you know, like Black Canary, Green Arrow, a lot of these characters who I got made fun of for having on my character roster prediction. Hey, look at that, they come true. So yeah, guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. Share your opinion in the comment section. Do you guys love or hate the character roster that we have for Injustice 2? So that's going to be it. I will catch you guys next time. What's going on, guys? It's Super here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you guys subscribe or check out any of these videos linked at the top. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.